Good morning everyone. Welcome to Ojaswat IAS Academy. So today we will discuss the MCQs of 25th June, and you can also join us on our Telegram channel where we upload all these PPTs, and the link is also given in the description box below. So let's check out what are the 10 topics which we are going to cover in today's MCQs. So here is the list is given, and try to get at least 7 questions correct out of 10. So work hard, be consistent and regularly watch our videos. And let's begin our today's MCQs. So question number 1 is with reference to National Institute of Public Finance and Policy. Statement first, it is an autonomous research institute under the Ministry of Finance. Second, the tenure of the chairman is 4 years which cannot be extended further. So the correct option here is A, meaning statement second is incorrect because the usual tenure of a chairman is 4 years, but it can be extended further. And recently it was in news because Urjit Patel, who was former RBI governor, has been appointed chairman of National Institute of Public Finance and Policy. And it was founded in 1976 and headquartered in New Delhi, and it conducts research on public finance and contributes to the process of policy making related to public finance. And it received an annual grant from the Ministry of Finance and various state governments. Now question number 2 is with reference to cyanobacteria. Statement first, the bacteria are parasitic and depends for food on others. Second, they have recognized as the oldest known fossils on the earth. So the correct option here is B, meaning statement first is incorrect because cyanobacteria or blue-green algae are aquatic and photosynthetic bacteria, and they live in water and can manufacture their own food, so are not parasitic. And these bacteria can be unicellular or multicellular and are the oldest known fossil, and they are important providers of nitrogen fertilizer in the cultivation of rice and beans. And the oxygen atmosphere present today was generated by them, as we have discussed in the earlier MCQs also. And aquatic cyanobacteria are known for highly visible algae bloom which can form in both freshwater and marine environments. Now question number 3 is with reference to sickle cell disease. Statement first, it is a disorder wherein the shape of the red blood cells is modified to sickle shape. Second, the disease is both hereditary or as a result of an insufficient nutrient intake. So here the correct option is A. That means statement second is incorrect because it is an inherited blood disorder, meaning it is strictly hereditary and is widespread amongst many tribals in India, posing a considerable health burden in several states. And it is caused by change in the shape of the red blood cells from a smooth donut shape to a sickle or half moon shape, as you can see in the image. And the cells die early, leaves a shortage of healthy RBCs. And context is that World Sickle Cell Day is observed on June 19 annually to raise awareness about this disease and its treatment method. Now question number 4 is Satyabhama portal recently news is aimed at. So the correct option is C, meaning promoting research and development in mining sector. So this Satyabham stands for Science and Technology Yojana for Atmanirbhar Bharat in mining advancement. So do remember this term, and it was launched by Ministry of Mines, and the portal has been designed, developed and implemented by National Informatics Center, and this center is also becoming very important, so do read more about it. And the central government aims to encourage researchers and scientists to undertake qualitative and innovative research and development work in the mining and mineral sector. And the portal will allow researchers to submit their report in electronic format. Now question number 5 is Kodumanal excavation site recently news is located in which of the following state? So the correct answer is B, that means Tamil Nadu. So it is located in Erode district in Tamil Nadu and is an urban settlement of Sangam age, that means 6th century BC to 3rd century BE. CE actually. And the picture is also given. And for the first time 10 ports and bowls were discovered from this site instead of the usual 3 or 4 ports, and this gives further insight on the burial rituals and the concept of afterlife in megalithic culture. Now question number 6 is with reference to yoga philosophy. Statement first, it is one of the 6 major orthodox schools of Hinduism. Second, it is largely based on the philosophy of Samkhya. Third actually, like Samkhya, yoga also accepts the concept of God. Fourth, it was propounded by Patanjali. So the correct option here is A, that means statement third is incorrect, because unlike Samkhya, meaning Samkhya not accept the concept of God, but yoga accept the concept of God. And yoga is a dualist philosophy which working on the two fundamental realities, that is Purusha, that is pure consciousness, and Prakriti, which means matter. And every living being is a form of connection of these two realities, and every living being is considered a union of mind and body, and the path of yoga is guided by ethical principles, yamas and niyamas, and should ultimately result in moksha. And here is the 8 limbs of yoga is given, you can check it out later. Now question number 7 is, why are parliamentary standing committees necessary? Statement first, they help in obtaining public feedback. Second, they function throughout the year. Third, they increase the efficiency and expertise of parliament. So the correct option here is D, meaning both all the given statements are correct. And the deliberation and scrutiny by committees ensure the parliament is able to fulfill some of its constitutional obligations in a politically charged environment, and they help develop expertise in experts and enable consultation with independent experts and stakeholders, and they also offer an opportunity for detailed scrutiny of bills being piloted by the government, and their report allowed for informal debate in parliament. So they are very much important. Now as you know, there are two kind of parliamentary committees, that is standing or permanent committees or ad hoc committees. In permanent committees, you have to name those 3 committees which are related to finance, and is ministry is allowed to be the part of these finance committees or not? You have to answer this question in the comment section. Now question number 8 is with reference to non-permanent seat in the UNSC. I hope you can answer it correctly because we have already discussed this question yesterday. Statement first, the 10 seats of non-permanent member are distributed among the regions of the world. Second, every year the General Assembly elects all permanent members. Actually, all non-permanent members, because permanent members are not needed to be elected. So the correct option here is A, and statement second is incorrect because the non-permanent member are elected for 2 years term. So every year the General Assembly elect 5 non-permanent member, not all the 10 non-permanent member, and that's why this statement was incorrect. And these 10 seats are distributed among the regions of the world, like 5 seats for the African and Asian countries, 1 for Eastern European countries, 2 for Latin America and Caribbean countries, 2 for Western European and other countries. And unlike Africa, which has formalized a system of rotation of its 3 seats, the Asia Pacific grouping has often seen contest for seats. So recently India has been elected for non-permanent member seat, and the member is being elected for 2 years term. Now question number 9 is, recently the term TrueNet was in news. So what does this term stands for? And the correct option is D, meaning all the above given options are incorrect. So TrueNet are the machines which are manufactured by a Goa-based company for carrying out confirmatory tests for COVID-19 disease. And following the ICMR approval, these machines are now being sought by a number of states, especially those that lack a strong laboratory network that is required to carry out the traditional RT-PCR test, that is for COVID-19 testing. And TrueNet is a clip-based battery-operated RT-PCR kit, and the image is given. It is a TrueNet machine kit. Now last question is, which pass is the northernmost pass in Sikkim? So the correct option is B, that is Chula. And here is the map is given. You can see the above one is Chula Pass, then next comes Chilapla, then Nathula Pass, and then Doklam. So this might be a potential question because all passes are very much important. So do remember it. Also, Chula is a mountain pass in the Himalayas and it connects the Indian state of Sikkim with Chinese Tibet Autonomous Region, and it is situated around 4 miles to the northwest of Nathula Pass, as you can see in the image. So that's all in our today's MCQs. Hope you guys are liking the lecture, and if you want to contact us, these are the details, and here is the link is given of Telegram channel. So subscribe our channel and press the bell icon to get the latest update of the videos. Please like, comment and share the video. And if you want to information regarding UPPSC examination and its test series, you can also contact us. We are always there to help you and listen your genuine queries. So stay safe, stay healthy, have a nice day, and thank you.